he's a good guy.
What is up, College Football Nation? We got Doreen in the house and me. We hijacked the show.
Yes, we did.
So kicked Minnie out. Minnie's kicked out. She's not allowed back in the. I'm just kidding. She'll be back next week. So she was busy this weekend.
Yes.
So she won't be able to talk about her beloved Nebraska Cornhuskers. Although
no, they won't.
She knows week 4 that Michigan's coming. So I'm just we'll talk then. But Doreen, how was it? Week 1 is done. You guys played Texas, the very disappointing Texas.
Yes.
Kind of tell us about your weekend and tell us about your experience.
Well, as Barstool says, which we don't like Barstool, but we did like him. They are saying Manning is ass, and that the first thing they said.
Yeah. I mean, so we're gonna get into that game. I'll tell you right now. I think Manning is ass. We'll talk about. I shout here to Don B. Horns down. Dorian, I'll let you say the rest of it. What's the rest of that?
And Don B's son, awesome this weekend. Yes, he showed me his stats. He's on a high school football team, and he's doing great. Great job, cool. Mr. Little Don B.
Yeah, so he did a little OH. I won't go the rest. Then we got another super chat here. We got Jam OSU in the house. Hit the like button. Support the Queen. Yeah, Queen Doreen in the house. Queen Doreen in the house. Our good friend, Blue Overeen's here.
Blue.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into it. Week 1 is in the books. Right now we got stupid Notre Dame playing Miami right now.
Who cares?
Rooting for Miami. But all right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the Ohio State Texas game. You asked me my opinion, but first we're gonna get your opinion. I told you I was going to tell you.
Well,
what was your thoughts on the game, Doreen?
I think Julian Sayin was exactly what I thought he would be. I already said I had it first. I knew that he was going to start. But what was really interesting, a little tidbit about him, was that Ohio State won its 26th straight season opener in this matchup. And this makes Julian Sayin same as Jim Harbaugh, because Jim Harbaugh did the same thing in 1984 with Michigan. Isn't that interesting? Because he went up against your little Jim Harbaugh, or big Jim Harbaugh, went up against the #1 team in 84, and he won as a freshman. So Julian Sayin just did the same thing. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So what you're saying is Julian Sayin's going to be the head coach of Ohio State one day, and he's going to hire Connor Stallions?
No. We will not go there. This is the voice of college football, and we're not going there.
I'm just kidding.
I know. But some of the game thing, some things was great, right? Carnell Tate with that touchdown, he was, awesome. Our defense actually won us the game, though. Let's be fair. I know we scored points, but defense prevented the Longhorns from scoring till the end of the fourth quarter, gave everyone a heart attack. But I'll tell you what, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, CJ Donaldson, Caden Curry. I mean, we can go on and on, about my Buckeyes, but they really stepped up. So what do you think? What were your thoughts as a non-ops guy?
Yeah. So, all right. So, no, I mean, so I was very invested in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did I bet that Texas would win, I lost money. But I was hate watching, because our game was later at night. First, let's give a shout here to B Vargo, $1.99 super chat. How was your first game as a red coat? How about that? Let's get that, Doreen. How was your first game?
We loved it. Well, my husband also was a red coat, so I kind of kept that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Well, he did the second. Like, I got the first. Like, they did it in 2 separate sessions. So I did it and then got him to do it. And we're both doing it. And we both decided, we told them we wanted the same schedule, at least so that we could, ride in together or whatever. And love it. I did skull session. My husband did skull session, and he is right in the outside of St. John. And he's in the area where the football team comes in. And he's like, here he is, telling people to step back because it's called rope duty. And he's telling everyone, "Oh, get back." And he turns around and there's Ryan Day right in front of his face.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa. But we're told not to fanboy and fangirl, so we can't ask for autographs or pictures or anything like that while we're on duty. So
Oh, that must be hard for Doreen. She loves pictures.
it is. I
Yeah.
love the fangirl, but I
I know.
can't. But it was great. I was able to see Corso and Kirk Herbstreit and Peter, his little dog, and I even saw Pat McAfee like run past real quick, and so I was one of those people. Step back, because I also had rope duty, but closer to the stadium. So
Yeah.
anyway, yes, thank you, Ben. Had a wonderful
Yeah.
time, and I'm glad I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Go
And
ahead.
shout out to everyone who's financially contributed to the show. If you guys want to support the ladies of college football, Minnie and Doreen, give us a super chat. We'll read it on the screen. Appreciate their work
West
there.
Squad. What the heck is? I hope it says heck because I don't see
Hey,
the other word.
hey, West Squad, you know what it is? It's a spy, bro. What do you think she was doing at the
Yes,
spring
that's
game? What do you
right.
think she was doing at the spring game? I know what she was doing. We're watching. Yeah, all right. So regarding the Texas game, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be very honest. Maybe some people here are not. I know obviously some people from our channel are watching this show right
Yes.
now, but maybe some people are not aware of my position on Ohio State or what I thought was going to happen this season. But I was not a fan of Matt Patricia. I was very, I was very, I'm a
Mhm.
Lions fan. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm very aware of Matt Patricia. But I will say, week 1, he did a hell of a job. He did a hell of a job.
Mm.
Very impressive. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, and I was talking to Garrison for, like I said, for over an hour yesterday.
Mhm.
I thought so first of all, let's get this. You guys are going to be in the college football playoff. Like, it's done. You guys already, when you guys look at your schedule, I think your next few tests are you got Illinois, Washington, and
Mhm.
Penn State. You're going to be fine. Penn State's obviously your biggest challenge. You guys are going to be in the playoffs again. So congratulations on that. You're going to play us. Obviously, we'll see how that goes in
Mhm.
November. We may be going to we may watch the game together, Doreen. We'll have to figure that
Yes,
out. But
absolutely.
yeah, and then on top of that, like regarding Sane, I thought Sane did what he needed to do to win. I didn't think he went outside of himself. I think he played his role. He didn't have to be a hero.
Mm-mm.
I will say I think Texas has a great defense, so I think you guys played within the game, and I think here's what I will say: I think Arch Manning's questionable. I mean, he did not look good; he looked very uncomfortable. You could argue, well, Matt Patricia was confusing him, maybe, but I mean, even some of the simple passes, I think we would all agree, whether you're a Buckeye or a Michigan fan or any college football fan, there were passes that Arch Manning threw that he should have made,
Yes.
and he just looked uncomfortable and unconfident. So. I think, but good for you guys. You guys capitalized, and the game did get close at the end. And I was rooting for Texas. I was like, come on. Like, I was almost a Texas fan.
You and Matthew McConaughey both.
Yeah, dude, so, but you guys pulled it out, and Arch, they just couldn't get it done. And I'll tell you this too, Sarkeesian, I thought his game plan was terrible. I thought it was very conservative, although I did love in the beginning. I
Mhm.
loved, as just a college football fan, I loved that Ryan Day and Sarkeesian were just going for it on 4th down. Like, you guys, they were going for the win. You both
Yes.
were very aggressive. I love that. It
Mhm.
reminded me of like what Dan Campbell does with the Lions. I love that stuff. But yeah, I mean, so outside that, I'll say this: Ohio State to me, and then the other thing too that I was talking about with Garrison, you know what? So let's look at the stat line here. Total yards, you guys had 215 yards and won the game.
Mhm.
That's like Michigan. You guys played like Michigan yesterday.
I would have to agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then, like, what's funny too, and I was talking to Garrison, your leading receiver was 2 receptions for 49 yards. Where's Blue Overeem? I know John Diadomo's there. That's what we saw on the Michigan channel. We call that a Michigan legacy game. That's
Oh
a
my
big game for
God.
Michigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So you guys you didn't have to. Like, that's the good thing. You guys were able to win a dirty, fight,
Yes, we
and
did.
you did, and you beat the number 1 team in the nation. So congratulations on that.
Thank
And
you.
we'll see, though. I think the one thing I'll say, though, about Matt Patricia is because I think offensively you guys are gonna be fine. I know there's some people who are like concerned about it. It's like, but you shouldn't be. You have Ryan Day. You have one of the best offensive minds in football.
Mhm.
He's not going anywhere. I mean, I think his nipple period. Did you see the picture? Did you see his
I
picture?
did.
What'd you think of that, Doreen?
Oh my gosh, I saw it after. I was like, no comment. I can't. I don't want to
Yeah.
lose my job. So yeah.
I know. I was like, that's hilarious. I didn't see it coming. But anyways, so yeah, so look, offensively, you guys are gonna be fine. Defensively, you guys are talented. It's just gonna come down to, does Patricia's scheme get figured out,
Mhm.
or is he truly gonna adapt to the college game well enough to where you'll be fine? And you might. I mean, maybe. So it's to be determined. For me, I'm in wait and see mode on Patricia. I mean, I still don't believe in him. I just don't. I'm
Mhm.
aware of his weaknesses, but potentially going against college quarterbacks. Maybe they just can't handle it. Although I just say Patricia has a complex defense. We'll see if that
Yes.
holds the rest of the year. So we'll see. You know, I thought overall though, you guys looked good. You're going to be in the playoffs, and Michigan, the game in November is going to be very interesting.
Yes, because
So
that's the one that is the one thing Ryan Day needs to check off. And according to Dave Portnoy too, right? Did you see it? What was your take on that? Honestly, as
on
a
what him
Michigan
being
fan,
on yesterday.
yeah, just watching him on Fox.
Okay. So I saw, just so you know, I saw your post on social media. So I'm already
Yeah.
aware of like kind of how you feel. All right. So I talked about this with Garrison too. I'm going to be very honest.
Yes, please.
That it is so good for the rivalry. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
Now, yeah, is he a troll? He is a troll. Okay. He is a
Mhm.
troll. But understand what Fox is doing here. I think, and Garrison agrees with me, you know, for the most part.
Mhm.
They're all in. Fox is all in on the Michigan Ohio State rivalry. And then did you happen to see the Coca-Cola commercial with the Michigan Ohio State fans?
No, was that on
You,
yesterday?
yeah, it was on yesterday.
Okay,
Very good
see, I
commercial,
don't
by the way.
know. Okay, hold on.
Okay, and then you
I'll look
also see
for it.
you have the Dr. Pepper commercial where they talk about the flag planting. I'm just trying to
Yes,
like what I
I did
think
see that.
Buckeyes need to understand is sure, Dave Portnoy is not on your side, but it actually is good for you guys. And the reason why I believe it's good for you guys is because the networks are all in. And here's what we know.
Mhm.
Michigan and Ohio State are the most viewed programs. Like everybody watches those games. The game itself is the most viewed game every year.
That
So
is
this
true.
is Fox's way of doubling down on its investment and putting these two programs on a pedestal. Now, if I was a fan of any other Big Ten team, I'd be
Mhm.
pissed because the truth is the focus is on our programs. The
Yes.
fact that Dave Portnoy and you got Urban Meyer, right?
He gave him number 16. Did you see that? Did you see that?
What?
You didn't see that? Urban
I mean, I still
Meyer.
watched it. Yeah.
Urban
Okay.
Meyer gave him a number 16 Ohio State jersey.
Oh,
The
I didn't see
JT
that.
is
No.
short. You didn't see that? Oh my gosh, you got to look it up. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. He
So
did. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, my point is like it's good though, because at the end of the day, too, Portnoy picked you guys to win. Because what people need to understand is Portnoy is actually a Big Ten fan. He's just gonna rub Ohio State. He's gonna poke at Ohio State. But understand this: Dave Portnoy is not an analyst. He's a media personality.
Yes.
He is there not for the college diehard, but for the casual fan who wants entertainment. Like that, and that's what Fox is because like the truth is that people need to understand also the direction of college football. It's growing, it's getting even bigger and bigger, and the more casual fans, like we have players being paid. We have two conferences that are separating themselves, the Big Ten and the SEC.
Mhm.
So what you're seeing is a more NFL-liked product, which means there's gonna be more casuals.
Yes.
So what this does is really build the brands and the programs like Michigan and Ohio State for the betterment of those programs. Now, it is for the betterment of the Big Ten because those two programs carry the Big Ten. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good addition. I think it's very strategic by Fox. I know he probably rubs people the wrong way, but just understand this. Just understand this, Dorian. It's going to give a spotlight on Michigan and Ohio State even greater.
Well, yes, definitely. I'm thinking come November, it's gonna be, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could be able to watch anything with him on there because he's gonna go ham. He was singing "Hail to the Victors" while he was. Did you see that?
I loved it. Yeah, it was funny. It was hilarious. I mean, how's that not fun though? Like,
I mean, I can laugh at that. I
he's
mean,
trolling. He's trolling with you guys though. Like, he's not like he's all right, like. Here's the truth too. Most of the shit he says is bullshit. He's just talking shit. Like he is just talking shit. So, I just feel like, I think, and here's the other thing too that, and this is like during like. A lot of people like, listen, I'm in the content game. I do podcasts. I'm also on social media. I'm constantly getting, some people will run their mouths or talk shit.
Right.
Whether it be a take I have, or long story short, at the end of the day, the results on the field are gonna prove him wrong.
Correct.
So he's gonna talk a bunch of crap, but it's up to Ohio State to win in November. And then if they win in November, now sure, Dave's gonna double down and say something probably like, oh well, the game didn't matter or something, you know. But at the end of the day, like, I think it's fun. I think it's good for the game. I am a Michigan fan, so you might say, well, that's biased, but I also understand the strategic reason why they did it. Because if the one thing you didn't see, Dorian, is because you were at the game, every single clip with Dave Portnoy, Fox and Big Noon Kickoff was just promoting it.
Oh, really?
Like they were promoting the heck out of it. Like, oh, El Presidente said this and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like, understand this is going to bring younger audience in. This is going to bring more casual fans in. It's going to be it's good for Big Ten. It
Yeah.
may not be your taste, but
Mm-mm.
nah.
I
You
no,
really
no,
hate Portnoy,
no.
huh?
Well, I don't hate Portnoy. I just
You
don't
hate
like.
Portnoy.
No, I don't. What I don't like about him is that he's making. I think he's just making himself the main attraction,
Oh yeah.
and I
Oh
guess
yeah.
that's what it's all about. But at the same time, I'm like, it's not about him being a Wolverine that he's not in the stadium. I mean, look, Desmond Howard always talks crap about Ohio State, but not the way he
Not like
does.
yeah, no,
And
of course not.
so that's why that's the difference. So, but I don't know. I have to wait and see. But I was like, yeah, I watched some of his stuff. I'm like, he gave Will Howard a good pair of gold pants. That was
Yeah.
so rude. I mean, I understand, but I mean, it's just rude. I'm like, come
It's
on. Here's Will Howard giving him a handshake, and he's like, here's some gold pants. It's
Dorian, what did we talk about before the show? Don't
like,
take
what?
this stuff so serious. It's just
I
fun.
know.
It's just fun. We can see, but like the thing is too, like understand this. Like maybe you don't like Dave Portnoy, and
Mm-mm.
that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But just realize it's only going to put a spotlight on Michigan, Ohio State.
Yes.
That's
That
what
is
it is.
true.
That's what this is at the end of the day. It's
Yes.
to promote the biggest game and brand. Like there was a Fox executive who said the Michigan Ohio State game alone
Mhm.
makes the TV contract worth it.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
there was a Fox executive who said that. So I mean, the point being is like
Mhm.
that's what they're gonna. That's so again. But now, if I was a fan of like Wisconsin, I'd be pissed. Like, what about us?
Yeah. I wonder what's gonna happen then. But here's what he said to Urban Meyer, or he was talking about gold pants, talking about, Ryan Day doesn't have gold pants, and that the Urban Meyers that had the gold pants, because Urban Meyer, kind of clapped back at him. He's like, well, but what the gold pants you guys have now that were yours are moldy.
Yeah, right. He's
That's kind of
joking.
funny. I'm sorry. I
See?
thought that was funny.
And
That
you
was funny.
should. That's what I mean. Like, guys, like, and I know there's some Buckeyes in the chat, and like, I'm a Michigan fan, but like, like at the end of the day, we're college football fans. Like, it's to have
Yes.
fun. Like, don't take it so
Yeah.
serious. Like, like our channel and John Dieta, my co-host, is here.
Yes. Hey,
And
John.
and me and John, we talk we talk a little shit, and but at the same time, like, listen, we're not like it's not serious. We're just having fun with it. Like we have a Kenneth Grant
Oh,
tracker who's we have a Kenneth Grant tracker that's chasing Ryan Day. Like it's just for fun.
I know.
So end of the day, I think it's good. I think it's good for the game. I know some people think maybe, oh well, it's degrading the game. The truth is, guys, the game's already been degraded for a long time, and it's just becoming more obvious because there's a spotlight. Like the money everyone's upset about, that's been going on. Now, is it more money than it was before? Yes, but it's been going on. So end of the day, I'm good. I'm good with it. I like the way it's going. We'll see. We'll see though, Dorian. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how the season plays out. But I do think. I think what people are going to realize though is Dave's about to troll the heck out of the SEC. The heck, which we're going to talk about later. But all right, how about this?
We're definitely going to talk about it later.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to hit on with the Ohio State Texas game, or
not that, of course, because since it's usually the ladies of college football, I always talk about like Steve Sarkeesian has a beautiful wife named L'Oreal. Did you know that? I mean, I don't know if you check into that kind of stuff.
What about his wife?
Well, she wrote a nice little post, after the loss and try to cheer up her husband. But I didn't realize he had such a beautiful wife. My gosh.
Oh yeah, I've seen her before. Yeah, she's
39 years old, and she just had a little baby with her last year. And I didn't know. I'm gonna have to study up on her because she's a stylist. So anyway, that was it. That was pretty much. I was just thinking. I didn't even know he had a wife, let alone such a gorgeous one. So
yeah,
good on him.
Well, hey, look at Bill Belichick, huh?
Well. Oh, no, something different. Okay, good. Let's do your Wolverines. Wolverines win.
We got Mr. Gander here.
34-17.
This is weird.
What?
John, you look at his username. It says Michigander. So for some reason on our channel, we're getting the handles, not the usernames.
Yeah, the Michigander, he is like some kind of
flannel. It's something flannel.
Yeah,
that's weird. John, we need to look into that. All right. Anyways, it was more art suck than Matt was good. Potentially possible. We'll see. To be determined, I would say. I will say, I think, listen, Ohio State played well. End of the day. I think it's okay to give him some credit here. I think it's okay to say Ryan Day and Brian Hartline had a game plan that allowed Sam to win the game, and he didn't need to go outside of himself.
Yep.
And what's beautiful is your next two games, you got Grambling and I think
Ohio University.
Yep, and you got Ohio. That's fine. I'm not here to talk shit. We just played New Mexico, But those are good warm-up games. Those are gonna get you guys prepped and ready for the
Absolutely.
season. So, like, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? It's not like you guys played an FCS school. Well, Grambling is not a D1 school, but
Yeah.
anyway, it doesn't matter. Good warm-up game. Everyone plays actually, I think only 9 FBS schools are not playing an FCS. Michigan's one of them, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. But, and then
But yeah.
defensively, I thought you had I mean, how can anyone you guys almost shut them out. I mean, how can anyone
I
complain? I mean,
know.
Arch did suck, but it's still.
I couldn't believe
So
that. I was thinking 4th quarter is still 0, and I was like, "Please have a shutout," and of course we didn't. And then 3 minutes, like I said, everyone
I know.
was thinking of having a heart attack. It might go into overtime. I was
I
hoping
know.
and praying we wouldn't because I had a 9-hour shift. I wanted to go home.
Yeah, I was hoping they scored and went for 2 and got the victory. And then I was hoping they planted a flag on your field.
Oh, really?
Texas planted a flag on our field.
Did they really?
They did, yeah.
Wow.
That's like, but see, we don't get upset about that. You know, we're big boys. But anyways, so we got Michigan. So now we got the Michigan New Mexico game. I'm sure there were some people hate watching that. Doreen, do you have any thoughts on the Michigan New Mexico?
Well, I can be honest. I really did not watch her, so I bet I did look at media.
How dare you? How dare you not watch Bryce
I'm
Underwood's
terrible. But
Jesus.
they said they gave him. I mean, the media is giving him a grade A on passing, and as a freshman, he's doing great, right? It was 21 of 31 for 251 yards, touchdown pass. It says to help the 14th ranked Wolverines open the season in 34-17 victory over New Mexico. So you talk about it, man. You talk about it.
Yeah, I will. So I'll just say this, and again, for those who are not familiar with how we do things at our show, yeah, I'm a Michigan fan, but we're honest. You know, like I'm not here to. I don't lie to my audience at all. We're very honest about it. But I will say, Underwood exceeded my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe how composed he was for an 18-year-old. He just turned 18 like 11, 12 days ago. Unbelievable his ability. Like, I mean, look, you know, I follow Michigan, you know, so I know a lot about the kid. It was still amazing to see a kid that young not he looked like a college junior.
Mm-hmm.
So composed. He ran a 2-minute drill at the end of the second half. Or, I'm sorry, at the end of the first half. 5 for 5 for like 75 yards. And drove us down the field, got us a touchdown. He played extremely well. I mean, we had like 5 dropped passes. I mean, Underwood went 21 for 31, 251, and a touchdown. But 5 of those passes were like dropped, and they were like in the hands. You know, and anyone knows we have wide receiver issues. You know, I'm sure the Buckeyes are well aware of this. So, I mean, they played great. The offense played extremely well. Now, again, this is New Mexico. So, like, we'll see next week when we play Oklahoma. We're playing a top 20 defense.
Oh, yeah.
Defensively, though, I think there's more to be desired. And I'm slightly concerned at the lack of pressure we generated. But my thought is this. We got Oklahoma next week. You are not opening the playbook. You are not showing all of your blitz packages. You are not showing all your design coverages. You're just not. So it's going to be a more vanilla basic defense and a more vanilla basic offense. That said, I was surprised that even when we were rushing just 4, I was surprised we didn't get more pressure. I was. But I will say it does appear that the young guys behind them, the Dominic Nichols and the Nate Marshalls, those guys are going to be very good. They're coming. I actually think I was underwhelmed with TJ Guy and Derek Moore, and those are our starting edges and Sam backers. And I'll be honest, like, we'll see next week though. We're going to find out a lot more. Oklahoma's offensive line is actually vulnerable. So we're going to find out. Right now, that game for next week, Oklahoma, I think, is favored by 5.5 points.
Wow. I was going to say, you know, that Jay Sean Barham is his name. He was ejected, and you guys are appealing that right now.
I know. And in my opinion, I wish we could play the hit because I wouldn't mind the audience's opinion here, but I don't think that was targeting at all. I think it was a very, very bad call. And I'm not just saying that again as a Michigan fan. I would be very honest. It just was the quarterback's like 5'3". Barham's like 6'4". You know what I mean? I mean, he's not really 5'3".
He's a small guy. Yeah.
His helmet, his face mask hit the kid's helmet, sure, but it wasn't an intentional hit and wasn't the crown of the helmet. So even Rod Farber here, he goes, the call was terrible. Thank you, appreciate that. He's a Buckeye. It wasn't a good call. And what sucks is, you know, because of that call, Barham's potentially banned for the first half of the Oklahoma game, and he's one of our best players on defense, so that sucks. But we'll see. They're appealing it. We'll go from there. But all in all, to have a quarterback who can throw a forward pass is a beautiful thing. I know you guys are used to that. We're not. We had a bad year last year. But yeah, I mean, Michigan looked really good. I think I'll say this. if Michigan can win against Oklahoma, we're in the same trajectory you guys are in terms
Yeah.
of playoffs.
The
Because
playoffs, yeah.
if you look at Michigan's schedule, the only teams in front of Michigan outside of Oklahoma is there's Nebraska. I think we would all agree Nebraska was not very impressive. Dominic Raiola does not look very
Not to
impressive.
Cincinnati, yeah. Against
They're,
Cincinnati, they struggled.
and many might be watching this like, damn it, TJ. But I mean, look, their defensive line, none of their guys are above 300.
Yeah.
Dominic Raiola looked a little, just didn't look that impressive, But maybe
Mhm.
Cincinnati's a great group of fire. Well, I guess they're in the Big 12 now, but
Mhm.
we'll see. I mean, I guess there's more to be determined there, but I was not impressed with Nebraska's first game. And then sure, we're on the road at USC and we have Washington, but then we have you guys. And
You're
we'll
not
see
scared of us.
not scared, but look,
Yeah.
I'm very conscious that it's going to be a game. Like
Yeah.
I'm very, you guys are like, listen, can we beat you? Is it on the road? I think we can, but the truth of the matter is you're good. So it's not an easy win, and not only that, it's a rivalry, man. You guys are so hungry to turn this thing
We
around.
do. Yes,
I
I'm sure
know.
Ryan Day does too. But you know what I loved about your quarterback though, when he was asked about how he felt he did, and this is his quote: "A lot of things I got to work on." I love that. I love that.
Did you see his letter grade he gave himself?
A C or something like that? Is that what it was?
He says it was a C+,
Yeah,
which
I
is insane.
know. So, I mean, that's great though.
I would have gave him an A-. He's so critical. I'm telling you guys, like, listen, if you're a Buckeye and that's fine. I'm telling you, just in terms of college football and in terms of just being aware of it, Bryce Underwood's really freaking good. I mean, he really is. I'll be honest, he's worth the money.
Yes.
All right, let's get these super chats here though, Doran. We got another one from Michigander here. We got 499. Let's see what OSU can do against Washington on the road and Illinois on the road before we call them a playoff team. Michigan, all right. Teams with real QBs and run games. Fair Michigander, I don't disagree that there needs to be a larger sample size and see what they can do. But I'll just say this: I'm confident. I'm not. If you want, I'll bet you $20. I'm very confident OSU is going to make the playoffs this year. I mean,
I think so too.
They're just more talented, brother. And now but we'll see if Patricia's scheme gets exposed or we'll see. But for right now, everything looks very good. I will say I do think Sane's got to get a little more better and more comfortable. But he's got time to do that. So we'll see. We'll watch him grow and develop. He's a young quarterback. I mean, like not everyone's going to be amazing. Like he did what he needed to do to win and he didn't go play outside of himself. And plus that's such a big game. Like
that is a big game. Do you see how big? Do you see how, I don't know if Fox even showed how loud it was. It was freaking loud. It was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And like, because like, dude, we're talking national. It was the biggest game of the week, nationally televised, big news. I mean, like, there's a lot of pressure on a young quarterback. I mean, I thought he did. Arch Manning, man. I mean, that kid's gotta be feeling it, man. What a bad performance.
I know he's kicking himself. You know that,
I'm sure Peyton and Eli have been talking to him all day. All right, so we got Dave here. 499 The ACC has looked pretty good. Well, a lot better than I thought they would be.
Oh, you mean Clemson?
Well, LSU won.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. LSU won, and Dabo's supposed to be. He's supposed to win the national championship, according to I think Josh Pate. He had them winning.
Josh Pate also had, and again, respectfully, Minnie, but Josh Pate also had Nebraska in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, he.
I love Josh Pate. I'm a big fan of Josh Pate, but like he ain't right all the time.
He's not always right. You're right.
No, he's definitely not always right. And right now, you got Miami beating Notre Dame. Good for them. South Carolina, though, that's an SEC team, though. But I'm just looking.
ACC. Yes, like who else is?
I'm looking at ACC right now.
I think Clemson is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
I mean, Duke won, Wake Forest won, Georgia Tech won, Florida State. Okay. So this is one actually I want to talk about. So this actually this goes right into one of the things we wanted to talk about. Oh, you know what? My bad. We're supposed to take calls. Here's the call-in link, guys. If you guys want to call in and talk a little bit of ball, we got.
I think members, though. I think members only are supposed to call.
Well, how am I to know who's a member?
I know. I don't either. So, but hey, I'll let you decide. Hey, you're
all
running
right, whatever.
the show.
All right, call-in link is in the chat if you guys want to call and talk some ball.
Yes.
But all right, let's talk about our next topic though that we want to talk about, which actually works very well with Dave's. Oh wait, actually, you wanted to talk about the Iowa thing, right?
Yes, Iowa. And I know Minnie got so much crap from her Nebraska friends because she liked the Iowa's coach. And
what's wrong with that?
that. Because I guess that's their ops, I guess. But Kirk
I know, but
Ferentz,
so what?
I know, but they're like that. They're like that. They
I
don't
mean, look, I
they
think
don't want her
Jeremiah
to like
Smith is
anybody else.
great. I think Jeremiah Smith is great, and I'm a Michigan fan. Who gives a
I
shit?
know, but no, no, no. In the Nebraska sphere that she, coordination, she does that. I'm not blaming it on coordination, but at the
I
end of
am.
the day, they want her to just love Nebraska. But when she went to the Big Ten Media Day, which bless her heart, she
Yeah.
got her media. And I'm hoping to join her next year. Please, please.
You
That
can go. I know
I
for a
want
fact that you can get.
to
I know for a fact
go.
you can go,
Can I
Doreen. I know
go?
already
Well,
know you can.
good. Because I want to go and talk to everybody. But since she's talked to people outside of just Nebraska, she has a big heart now. She can't hate on anybody. And she loved Kirk Ferentz. He just turned
Yeah.
70, I believe.
Mhm.
And with the win against UA, is that U Albany? Great Danes? Never heard of them.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yep.
but they beat 34-7. Iowa Hawkeyes won. So that tied him with Woody Hayes, rest in peace, for the most wins all time by Big Ten head coach.
Yeah.
And so he reaches 205th victory, and that's a great milestone. So congrats, Coach Friends, because that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything. I mean, so again, this is where like things become too tribal. Like, it's okay to respect an opposing coach or a player.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's silly that if Nebraska's upset, they like Kirk Ferentz. Like, listen, I'll be honest about Ryan Day. Like, there's a lot of things about Ryan Day that I don't like.
Mhm.
Okay, but like I respected Urban Meyer. I liked
Really?
Urban Meyer. I
Yeah.
liked. I thought Urban Meyer's a great coach.
Even
When we
though
talk, like,
7-0, although he did lose, he did lose to Michigan once when he was in Florida. He kind of forgets that.
well, he also lost in 2016, but we don't
Did
talk
he?
about that.
Ah!
It was short, man. But anyway,
Oh no, he wasn't. Here, Portnoy's gonna have to wear that
yeah,
one.
yeah. So, but like the point being is like I respect Urban. I think Urban Meyer's a great coach.
Yes, he is a
You
great coach.
know, so I
Mhm.
mean, and I think Ryan Day. I'll be honest. Like one of my biggest things for Ryan Day is if he can get this team to compete for another national title after winning a national title, it's so tough to do. I mean, how do you
Yeah.
not? I mean, and like one of the biggest things, and I'll tell you this right now, he proved it. He proved. Like I have no problem giving you guys compliments. I talk shit though. Like
Yeah.
you're our rival, but like
Yeah.
the way you guys did that playoff run,
It's pretty cool, right?
that's respectable as hell. You guys
Yeah.
lost to us. You guys
Yes.
rallied, and then you went on an amazing run in the playoffs.
Yes.
And it really does take a leader of men. Like one of my biggest question marks for Ryan Day was, is he a leader of men? I didn't
Mhm.
feel like he was. I didn't think he was. I thought he was just an X and O's guy.
Right.
But he's proving to be able to be a CEO of a program and lead his guys, and he did. You
Mhm.
guys. So we'll see. I think Ryan Day is a good coach, a very good coach. I think he's one of the best offensive minds in college football. I do think there is some softness to him, but I'll say this: I thought Saturday's game was not soft. There was nothing soft about
Mm-mm.
that victory. You know what I mean?
It was great. It was
I do
great.
think I do think the nipple piercing's interesting. Anyways,
I'll have to watch.
we got
I have to look at the picture. I did see it.
yeah,
I just like
yeah. It's
Dom from years
hilarious.
ago.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I just didn't see it coming. All right.
All right, let's talk
All right.
about
So
the SEC, right? Or
we
is
do
it
have
their
some
call?
callers. Well, yeah, we're gonna. Well, how about this? Let's talk about the SEC because it goes with Dave's point. And then when we do
Okay.
callers, we're gonna do 3-minute calls because we're just gonna.
Okay.
I don't want to take up the whole show, but all right. So let's kind of talk. So ACC here. This kind of. He brings up a good point because you do have Florida State who beat Alabama. You guys beat Texas. The SEC appears to be
Struggling.
they're not the dominant, they're not big dog anymore. It does
They
appear
are.
that the Big Ten, it does appear. Well, I mean, it really appears that NIL has leveled the playing field, which I knew would happen. Like it's
Yes.
something I've been projecting. I'm also projecting just so you know, listen, this is what's going to close the gap for Ohio State too, because now teams
Yes.
can play ball. Because Ohio State was playing SEC by SEC rules, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at you guys for being on that. Urban Meyer, he brought the SEC game to Ohio State,
He did.
and I mean not only on the field but off the field. You know what I mean? But like the point, and I'm not mad at that. Like I have zero issue with that. So, but now that NIL is legal, the talent is being dispersed into northern schools and not just concentrated in the South. I think the SEC is in a bit of trouble right now, and I think, listen, I'll say this right now: Alabama. Kalen DeBoer, he's going to get fired. He's not going to
That's why
last.
Saban left. No one can ever tell me any different. I
Well,
hate to say that, but that's why he
Saban
left.
realized his advantage.
Yes,
I
was
say this
over.
all the time. Saban's a great coach because even though you buy talent, it's hard to
Yeah.
lead talent. It's hard
Yeah.
to lead players who are making money. Ask Texas A&M.
Mhm.
Ask Miami, who's had trouble a lot. Like there's a lot of schools who will buy talent, but they cannot get a funk like USC. What's USC's problem? Lincoln Riley.
Right. Exactly.
So so that's that. But at the end of the day, and I'll say this: Michigan obviously ended Alabama's dynasty.
Yes.
I'm messing. But
You
I
guys
will
beat them twice, right?
twice in 1 year. But we
I
got Nick Saban's
know.
last game. But
That's
no, but I
great.
mean, in all honesty, though, I mean, the SEC, I think it's still a power conference, but at the end of
Yes.
the day, the gap is gone.
Yes.
The
I
gap's gone.
agree, totally agree, and I think that
And,
that's why they're fighting so hard to make themselves relevant, right? They agreed
and
to the 9
regulation.
to 9,
Yeah.
the 9 in-conference games and all that stuff because they wanna keep the money coming, so
Well,
totally.
now and then you got these SEC schools saying, "Oh, there needs to be a cap. There needs to be like this." And
Yeah,
it's like, wait a minute, you guys were doing the money under the table and the
correct.
McDonald's bags and all that crap and like
Yeah,
buying cars and now
yes,
you want regulation now
of course
because
they
now
do.
Michigan, for example, for those that don't know, they got a billionaire funding them.
Oh, I
For those that
know.
don't know, Larry Ellison, who owns Oracle, he funds Michigan. So, the game's different. The game's changed. I mean, Texas Tech right now is buying all these kids. They got a
They
billionaire funding them right now.
Texas Tech, they just got Womack. They got one of the recruits that we wanted, and supposedly he was 100% Ohio State, and then they ponied up. So
Yeah, Texas Tech is a problem. Yeah, we've gone to war with Texas Tech. We won our battle with them. We got Ty Haywood, but yeah,
yeah,
they're a team that we needs to be watched because they have a lot of money behind, a lot of oil money. But
right.
all right, let's get to some calls here. Again, if
Yeah.
you guys want your comment read, throw us a super chat. We'll get that going. But our first call, and that's a Michigan fan, is we got West
Who
Quad
is
in the
it?
house. What up?
Westwood. Hey.
What's up? What's up, guys?
Hey, you tell me, bro. How you doing?
Hey,
Yeah.
man, I just want to comment on that whole Urban Meyer thing. I read his book, and I believed in Urban Meyer. And it comes out maybe he's not the guy that I thought he was. Great
What do
coach,
you mean?
possibly not the greatest human being. Like he was
Yeah.
telling me a lot of morality in that book, and I don't know if he's the most like. Look, I get it. I'm a shitbag. I don't expect my coach to be though.
West Quad.
Like,
No, I agree with West Quad there in a way because I think I talked to Garrison about it too. But Garrison was like, you can't judge. We're not supposed to judge to begin with.
right.
Okay, but I was very disappointed when he did that at his own restaurant, thinking he could get away with it, being
Wait,
with
did
that
what?
young girl. You don't know about that?
Oh, that
You
video.
know-
That
you
video.
know
Oh,
the thing.
yes.
Hey,
Well,
that
that's
girl.
the
Hey, I'm not
I
gonna lie.
thought.
That was a very attractive girl. I'm not mad at Urban Meyer.
Well, I know, but the thing is, that wasn't his first. That was the first time he got caught. But let me be fair by saying I'm not sure this is true, but I think Shelly knows who she married, and it's probably not his first girlfriend or whatever.
Of course.
So I think they both have an understanding as long as he keeps it quiet.
And that's fine, but it's just I was sold a bill of goods and I want a refund.
Oh
Like,
no,
I
that's
thought
fine. Yeah, I
I
get
thought it's
it.
just family man, and like you can still be a family man, and that's fine.
Could you imagine Tim Tebow? He probably
Yeah,
like.
I thought he was Tim Tebow Senior. That's what I thought he was.
Well, no, Tim Tebow actually is
Exactly. No, Tim
course.
Tebow is that
very
guy.
nice
Yes.
guy. Yeah.
No,
Of
I
course. Tim
believe
Tebow is.
him. If something comes
Yeah.
out of Tim Tebow, I would be perplexed. I would be
There won't
shocked.
be because there's nobody that's come out to say anything about him. So anything.
Yeah.
So I know
Tim,
that he's for real.
Tim Tebow is like one of the best humans on this planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one said anything about it.
Like there's things he's doing that people aren't even aware of, like for child trafficking and
Yes.
like there's a lot of things
Special
people are
needs
not aware of.
kids. Yeah.
There's a lot of things
I know
behind
about
the scenes.
the lore of Tim Tebow. I know he's the real deal. He's not selling your bill of goods.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
for Turnus, he's my IT guy. Look,
I want my Urban Meyer refund. I'm out. Give me my refund. I'll never come to this establishment again.
I tell you, West Quad, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like,
a lot of people write books like that, and they don't.
Yeah,
live
because
it.
I
Of
always
course.
I was gonna get in coaching at one point, and I was like reading all these books. I read Bo's book, I read his, and I read Nick Saban's. And it's just like, they all had different perspectives and everything was cool, but it's just like reading that book and then like, wait a minute. Something's not right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, listen. Urban Meyer. All right, like people like Buckeyes get very mad at Michigan because they push the rules, gray area, all that. Listen, Urban
Yeah,
Meyer was
he's the king of that.
the king of
Yeah, the
pushing
king
gray
of.
areas, and so listen, college football is a dirty game, and now obviously what he does in his personal life is a different animal. But I'm just talking like,
oh no,
Urban Meyer,
yeah. If we're just going based on the field, he's one of the goats. Like,
yeah.
I just don't like like I said, I don't like what I was sold, Urban. And this was actually, you know what, the bad thing was, like, I read this book before he went to Ohio State. So now, especially when he was Florida, it was like, okay, he's a scumbag. But now you're the other team scumbag, and it's like, oh no. Yeah, I think they might have to have a little bit to do with why I kind of detest them now. But it is what it is.
Aww.
Yeah, well, remember when he was getting his headaches at the end of his
oh yeah,
Florida. They took the Ohio State job as soon as he could.
Right.
Yeah, but then at Ohio State too, he was getting those headaches and on the sideline bent over and like, because it's stressful trying to manage all them skeletons in the closet, man.
You know what? I don't believe that. I believe that he had health problems.
No, he sold it. Yeah, he had to get out before he got caught, bro.
He brought it on himself. That is the problem.
He had to get out before he got caught. He had to get out before he got caught, but it's all good. That's just how it goes. But all right, West Quad, any final thoughts here before we get to our next callers and read these final super chats?
Final thoughts are down with OU.
Yep.
I think we run Bryce more this week. I think we win this week. I think we
win this week too, man.
I think we win by 10. I'm gonna put that out there.
Well, I wish you guys luck. I'm not going to hate watch, okay? I'm here on record saying I want you guys to win.
Are you going to watch, Doreen?
I'm going to watch. Well, what time is it? What time is the game?
It's a night game, 7 o'clock. A night game.
Oh, it's a night game. I'll be home by then. I will watch.
I think it's only fair
you better watch. I'm going to text you. You better watch.
I was rooting for Texas.
You got to see Underwood.
I know you were, West Quad. I know you guys all hate watching, but that's okay. All love here.
All right. Well, I root you guys to the playoffs until you get to the championship. Then I want you to lose.
Dude.
I was gonna say we watch Ohio State because every game we hope you lose. You guys just don't. You just don't.
Yeah, that's a big problem with me.
You're always winning, but
all right.
Yeah, no, it's funny. All right, West Quad.
See you guys later. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Yep.
I see West Quad. All right, we got Gunner here. TJ is the best lady of college football, but then he sends another chat. He clarifies the statement. TJ is the best lady of college football. Not quite as cute though. Yeah, it's all right. Minnie and Doreen, they got it. I'm here just for
they love Minnie. They love Minnie. They want to marry her. I've had people message me, and I'm like, dude, she's married. She's married, has 2 daughters, happily married. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, 2 very attractive girls, obviously running the show. I'm just the bodyguard, nothing more. All right, so then we got Michigander in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Hey. Hi, how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing all right, man.
So I just wanted to bring up on my point earlier about why we should wait and see on Ohio State. Like I said, Ohio State gave up 166 yards of rushing on the day. And that kind of concerns me a little bit about their D-line. But like I said, we need to see and wait, and like you said, get a larger sample size.
Yeah.
I would agree. But
yeah,
I can still say Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. I love them. They were so good.
Yes, your guys' edge rushing game impressed me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting that. I was kind of expecting Texas to have a little bit more a dominance at the line of scrimmage, and they really didn't. And the line did step up, which impressed me. But again, still 166 yards rushing.
Yes, their stats were better than ours. Let's be real; they really had good stats. It's just like you'd be, the score did not really show
because their quarterback lost them the game. Their quarterback was the reason they couldn't beat you. Arch Manning made a lot of poor decisions, poor throws. I mean,
what
was his stat line was 17 for 30, 170, only a 5-yard average. 1 touchdown to 1 interception. And then to your point, though, Doreen, they outgained you 336 yards to 215. But here's what's wild. I was talking to Garrison about this. You guys were 3 for 12 on 3rd down, which is insane.
And we beat them. They were like within inches of the end zone. And our defense pushed them back. That was just amazing. I mean, I think everyone was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, we were expecting them to go.
Of like everybody knew that was coming. I was talking to guys in the chat earlier, and Texas should have ran something that OSU was not going to expect. Probably a toss outside, a fake something, because everybody knew that the quarterback sneak was coming. I mean, they ran up to the scrimmage.
Every single person like piled on him. I mean, it was just so everyone knew what was going to happen.
5 guys in the A and B gap expecting that, so something different there.
Well,
and Texas did. Archie Manning, when they were down inside the 10-yard line earlier in the game, you could see that he didn't know what he was doing inside of a goal line situation like that, because he had a wide open tight end on a crossing route, and he didn't even look his way once. He didn't go through his progressions. He was flustered because it was a big-time matchup. So I just wanted to know, like, what the hell was Texas doing the whole time in the offseason in the past 2 years with Archie Manning? Because it just blew my mind how he looks like a JV quarterback, to be honest.
He didn't look like a 5-star, and he didn't look like he had 2 years of development. I was I'll tell you right now, I couldn't believe that was how he just was uncomfortable. He was unconfident. His accuracy was off. His mechanics were terrible. Like that sidearm throw he had was terrible. He needed to step up into his throw, and he didn't. Yeah.
And so Quinn Ewers probably saying, "You owe me an apology, everybody. Now you know why I was starting, right?"
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers did better than him.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that was very interesting. But all right, Michigan, we got more calls here. But any final thoughts before we get to our next caller?
For our game last night, I just wanted to like make Michigan fans like calm down a little bit, because New Mexico was just throwing everything that we gave at them. We were playing deep safeties all night long. Everybody was off-ball coverage, and they were just dinking and dunking down. They didn't throw anything deep, and when they did, it was either a pick or an incomplete pass. So let's just cool off a little bit. When we got pressure, it was when the quarterback had to hold onto the ball a little bit longer, and that's when we got to the quarterback. We got sacked, got pressure. So let's just relax. And, of course, penalties are going to occur when the opposing team has 44 or 48 passing attempts. So it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You can't just go a whole game without a penalty and not on that many attempts. So
yeah, no, I agree. And I think, listen, Michigan's not going to show their cards before they play Oklahoma. That'd be ridiculous. So I mean, next week we're going to learn a lot more Michiganers. So we'll figure it out, man. But appreciate you calling in, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll see you guys in the chat.
Bye.
Go Blue, man. My guy, Michigander. And then we got a very well-known caller. Caden the Diesel Freak is up next. Let's see. This is always a Buckeye. This is always an interesting time. So let's see how this goes. Hey, Caden, what's up, man?
Hello.
TJ, Doreen, good to hear from you guys as always.
Thank you.
You too, man.
I've said this for the last 6 months. Arch Manning is overrated. The Ohio State-Texas game proved my point. He could not handle Ohio State's defense, running him all over the field, pressuring him, getting him to force that interception. I've told people, but they did not listen to me. Well, guess what? Arch Manning got whooped yesterday in the horseshoe.
Yeah.
Yes, he did, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Arch Manning looked absolutely awful. He looks overrated, overhyped, and because
you guys. Go on. Because CJ, let's be honest, it's because of his last name, Manning.
Right.
Everybody knows his last name, Manning. Jeez.
I feel for him though. It's not his fault. He's a Manning.
What's funny is Texas paid so now you have quarterbacks getting like $3 million, $4 million a year now. I mean, we have one of them, but what's funny is when Manning was recruited to Texas, he was given like $1.5 million, which was a big deal 2 years ago. So it's just funny to see,
No, I know about the deal, TJ.
Yeah, it's just funny to see though,
But I'm just gonna say this to you, TJ. I ain't gonna come on here and talk crap about you and the Michigan fans. I'm done with that crap. I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you.
All right. Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna tell you straight up honest. And
did you
John,
watch the Michigan game yesterday?
I watched a little bit of it, but I was mainly running a dump truck yesterday.
You're good, man.
So I caught a little bit of it, and the Ohio State game I caught like third, fourth quarter. So,
Okay.
but I'm just gonna be honest with you, TJ Doreen. College football these days is just not the way I particularly would favor to be. Just the like with all the NIL deal and if I was a coach, I would be out of there by the time NIL even was considered. I'd be like, oh heck no, I ain't dealing with that crap no more.
Yeah, a lot of people feel how you feel, kid. And there's a lot of traditionalists who are very unhappy with the direction of college football. They think that the game is losing its appeal. It's not
just its appeal. It's its energy. It's the energy also. I mean,
yeah, I would have to agree with that, because I think what I miss about it is the kids who really want to be like a Wolverine or a Buckeye and not looking at dollar signs. I guess but I'm glad they're getting paid. At the same time, I'm really happy they're getting paid. So it's kind of,
if you're going to recruit someone, recruit them. If you're going to recruit a, say, 6'3", 250-pound outside linebacker who's a freak of nature and 20 schools reject the guy, only few colleges accept him, take him when you can. Like, forget about the money. He's there for a reason. He stated, like, I'm here to play the game because I want to win for the program.
Yeah.
B, win a national championship. That's all. I've said this before, TJ.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm ranting about this, but this is
You're good.
This is just how I feel. I mean,
yeah.
But I'm just going to say this. I know everybody hates my guts on this channel. I'm going to make that.
Don't say
Caden,
that.
I'll say this. I don't hate you, bro. I actually think you're funny. I think you're entertaining, to be honest.
I don't hate you either, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I won't.
I'll say this too, Caden. I'll say this too. I think it's cool you're all into your diesels and all that. Actually, I just bought. I told you. I just bought an F-350 four-wheel drive.
6.7 diesel. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish you lived in Michigan. I wish you lived in Michigan. I'd have you you'd be my mechanic, bro.
Well, TJ, I'll tell you this. How about you come down to Ohio here the week of September 16th to the 18th and show up, because I've got a show I'm going to, and I could be available for you to come on down and see me.
Okay, well, we'll see, buddy. I mean, I'll say this: my schedule is absolutely insanely slammed during.
Well, TJ, how about this?
Yeah.
I will type you my personal cell phone number so you can reach me.
Okay. Well, all right. Put it in the private chat, buddy. But yeah, don't put it out there. But no, you're good, Caden. But how about this? We do have some more calls here, so give us some final thoughts before we get out of here.
Yeah,
Caden.
final thoughts.
Just I'm like, after this game, like after the next couple games, I probably ain't gonna keep up with the Buckeyes or anybody else. I'm probably just gonna be, minding my own business. But that's just my final thoughts.
Why? You're about to be in for a good year. Why are you gonna bail on your team?
I'm not bailing. It's just, I'm not liking. I would say I'm not liking the Buckeyes. I'm just like, it's just college football ain't the way that I want it to be.
Yeah,
it's missing that atmosphere, and it's just missing that energy that I once knew, that I know Hall of Famers of the game that knew that energy. That's how I feel. Like, I could be the only one that does, but
good. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I tell you what, the energy at Ohio Stadium yesterday was amazing. I would even say was as good as when Tennessee was there in December. So I hope that you change your mind, Caden, because I understand what you're saying with the, paying the players and losing some of that. But let me tell you, the fans are loving it. And I'm sure maybe the big house was the same way, right? And it's like everyone's there, they love their team. So I hope you do change your mind, Caden.
TJ, also I dropped you.
Yeah, I see it, buddy. I got you.
And then then follow me on Twitter. It's at Hollywood Caden, the final boss. That's at Caden That's at Hollywood Caden, the final boss. That's my Twitter.
Caden?
So
follow me and send me a DM, buddy.
I will. And as always, if you ever need anything, be sure to message me on Facebook, Twitter, and then I drop the numbers. So
no, I appreciate it, man. If I got you, and I appreciate it. Thanks for calling in, Caden, man. And hey, do not give up on college football. All right.
Exactly. It's
The
fun.
the only reason I'm leaving college football. The only reason I'm leaving college football is because it doesn't feel right. And I know it just, like I said, it doesn't just feel right to me. With all the NIL screwing things up, it doesn't. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel.
That's fair, man. Well, appreciate you sharing your opinion on it, buddy. And I'm sure we'll talk later. We'll talk at some point in the season. All right, man.
We'll see you on down the road, son.
All right, buddy. All right, hey man, look at Caden getting very
emotional,
vulnerable, showing some vulnerability there, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so we got Alabama Richie. I'm actually really interested. We got actually
Alabama Richie.
Actually, we have 2 Alabama fans, so I'm gonna bring them both up here. So let's get Alabama Richie up here, and we also got Jackson Johnson. These are our last calls of the night, guys, because we have to get out of here.
Hi.
So, all right, let's talk about it, boys. Alabama game yesterday. How about Alabama Richie? What do you want to talk about? You tell us.
Well, might as well.
No, Jackson. I said Alabama Richie. Jackson, I said Alabama Richie. Alabama Richie.
Hey, it's okay. I'm actually surprised that Caden was nice in this one because he's always ragging us on Thursday nights, and it's really funny. So,
oh man.
Listen, I've been working on Caden. I've been, I told him, he's called into our show. He's, we all know how Caden can be sometimes. I was like, look, bro, come respectful. Come respectful. We could talk ball anytime. No big deal.
Absolutely.
I think Caden's fun, dude. I got no issue with Caden at all.
He's hilarious for sure.
He's like, I got my size, put my size 13s on your desk. I was like, all right, bro. Anyways, so tell us about the Alabama. I got Jackson already told me yesterday, but we'll get some more perspective from him. But give me your thoughts. What's going on with Alabama, man?
So I'll tell you this, that it wasn't Ty Simpson's fault because it's his first true start as a quarterback, because the only games he came in for is at Bama were the USF game, and I want to say he played a tad bit against the Mercer game before we played Auburn, and games that were just blowouts. I know for sure he played in the USF game where we ran out the ex-Notre Dame quarterback Ty Buckner. So to say that it was Ty's fault yesterday is a bit crazy. I think it was a matter of nobody expected this FSU team to be as good as they were. Castellanos, I think, had a chip on his shoulder because of how it ended at Boston College. I think all the hype on Norvell having a 2-13 season came into fruition. And I also think that it was just a better game from FSU. Our biggest problem was they figured out how to stop Ryan Williams. And a lot of the balls went to Jeremy Bernard to me, which kind of was like, okay, what are we doing? But the biggest thing is that after the game, I don't know, you probably don't, but if you follow any Bama people, you can see people wanted DeBoer fired after that game.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
And I don't see it. What I said about this game all along was, it's like I said about the Texas game, and Shark deserved that loss because to me he played too conservative, and that's what you get. Our biggest problem, and Arch Manning to me didn't look bad, but he definitely didn't have a great game either.
Hold on. Alabama Richie, hold on, buddy. Hold on. We only got 2.5 minutes here. We got to get out of here. But let me just say this.
Yeah,
Dorian, if you got anything you want. All right, the reason you lost the game, in my opinion, is not because of Ty Simpson. You lost the damn game because you guys gave 236 yards up rushing.
We did.
Your front seven is a problem. Your defensive scheme is a problem. You cannot give up 31 points because it's not like Ty Simpson. Look, 23 for 43. Obviously, his accuracy wasn't there. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, though. Now, he does have, but the question you got to ask yourself is, why is the defense playing so poorly?
Sure.
I would put more blame there. I do think obviously Ty Simpson needs to do a little bit better, but it's on Kalen DeBoer also.
Mm-hmm.
If your quarterback is struggling with his accuracy, 1, you need to come up with plays to help him out, and 2, you need to run the ball more because you guys only had 87 yards rushing.
Absolutely.
You gave up 236 and you only had 87. That really was a big indicator of what was wrong with this game. Your defense and your running game just was not good enough.
Absolutely. I'll leave it at this and say that it's a bad look. For a fact, because Michigan got that ex-running back, Justice Haynes, that we used to have, because he straight on said, we don't have a true run game anymore at Bama. and it shows.
And
So
what did Justice Haynes do yesterday?
he did pretty well.
150 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
guys. We appreciate Justin Haynes. Thank you for letting him go. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, buddy.
I wasn't upset about it. I knew that
Yeah.
the guys were going to leave if it wasn't turned around, and
Mhm.
and I'll leave it at this. You're exactly right. We didn't establish a run game, and they're going to have to drum up plays for Simpson. Now we play Louisiana Monroe this coming up Saturday. It's a give me game. If we're expected to win by pretty decent, any mistakes we're going to make is going to be this game, because next week we have Wisconsin, Georgia, and then it's Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And now they're going to start watching what we did against FSU. But I'll leave it at this, and someone said it. We're not the scary Bama that people used to be frightened to play anymore. We're just not. And if you think so, then, wake up, because we're not scary anymore. If we keep on playing the way we are, we're going to end up being someone's senior day or someone's homecoming game, where most of the time it was not that way. But I don't know. It's a long season. There's a lot of things that can happen. So I'm going to still be optimistic, but that's my thoughts. So we can wrap it up. But
You know what? That was the first season opening loss for Alabama since 2001. I mean, that's when my youngest daughter was born, and now she's in law school. That's how long.
September 1st against UCLA. Man, those are the dark ages.
All right. So, all right. Well, I'll say this. You don't have a talent problem. So if you don't have a talent problem, and you said you're not out on Kalen DeBoer, how long? Let me ask you this. What record would be all right, we'll finish here. We'll get Jackson's thoughts, and we'll get Alabama Richie's here. What record is unacceptable? End of the year. What is your final record? What would you guys think is unacceptable record that should put Kalen DeBoer, if not fired, but on the hot seat? Alabama Richie, go first, then Jackson.
Okay. I'm going to say another 6-3 or a 6-4 season. That's my projection, because we can't afford to have that. I would say even 2 losses would be a bit, depending on how the 2 losses were. But last bit, I told everybody that the Oklahoma game last year could have been a trap game. You go up to Norman, it's cold. Everybody's going to think because of what Oklahoma did before is going to be a whatever. And that gave us our loss to seal the fate of not going to the playoff. We deserve not to. And then Wink Martindale's defense, when we play Michigan in the bowl game, kicks our butt. And I just will leave it at this. I don't think DeBoer is soft, is too hard on the players. I think he's too soft. And some of those things, like if you watch the game, Damani Jackson had 2 personal fouls. Saban would have lit a fire under him.
Yeah.
DeBoer just watched him. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Jackson, what record do you think is unacceptable for Alabama this year?
Obviously 8-4 or more, like a 7-5. 6. If we're having a year like that, then it's gonna be fire, dumpster fire all over the place.
Yeah,
I would agree with that, because Alabama, that's not. I mean, Alabama does not want to go back to what they were before Saban, right? Because he brought you guys back, and that'd be a shame for you guys to go back to where it was.
All right, and Jackson, I asked you this last night, I think, but if not, you can answer this question. Last question, I'm sorry. Who would you guys want if you guys do fire Kalen DeBoer?
Ooh, that's a good one. If we did fire Kalen DeBoer, I would have to shoot my shot with Dan Lanning.
He won't go. I don't think he'll go. Oregon, they have Nike money. They'd be dumb to go anywhere.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Alabama Richie?
Yeah, so real quick, I meant to say 9-6, or like Jackson said, 7-5. But a lot of people are saying Lane Kiffin, but Lane Kiffin's not going to leave Ole Miss, because to me, he's the best they've had as a head coach in recent years.
I'll tell you right now, I could see Lane Kiffin's the one in my mind. I actually could see him leaving there, because it's his way of getting back. Like, understand, Lane Kiffin was like thrown to the curbside when he went to FAU. He built himself back. He would love to get to the top of the mountain again and point his middle finger at everybody, because that's how Lane Kiffin is. So I think it'd be a good fit. And actually, Lane Kiffin fits SEC culture. Kalen DeBoer doesn't, in my opinion.
Oh, man, that Lane Kiffin firing on September 28th of 2013, where he was just waiting for his bus stop. That was like, oh, man, he's never let USC forget that.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. I liked Kalen DeBoer at Washington, but this is pre-Bama. He did very well, and he got them to the national championship. But like I told everybody, your Michigan team was just more talented in all aspects, just the truth. But
Yep.
to say that the Pac-12 to me didn't implement any defense, so most of the games were relatively pretty close. I get why people looked at DeBoer as the next best choice, but it's like he had never coached in a and I don't mean to say we're down for sure because our last championship winner was out of the Big Ten, but we have been down in terms of a national champion out of the SEC. Saturdays are a dogfight in the SEC, and DeBoer finally got his first taste of oh my goodness, and he hasn't started off in a hot, even though it's against an ACC team, but he still doesn't show anything as an improvement from last season. So it's not a good look. And I think that 9-6 or 7-5 are serious in the hot seat.
Yeah. I wanted Kalen DeBoer to coach Michigan, but we hired Sharon Moore. So that's where I was with that. So I'm actually a fan of Kalen DeBoer, but it's just not working out. But all right, guys, appreciate you guys. Thanks for calling in.
You.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap up the show.
Hey, thank you guys for having us on. And I'll tell you this, let's get TJ over to 4,000 followers on X/Twitter. Let's get him that same following on Instagram. Let's get Doreen over to 1,000 followers on Instagram and to 4,000 followers on X/Twitter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Why? Thank you. I was gonna say my Instagram's private, but it's okay. But you
Doreen, are we
follow me
on
on there.
Instagram?
That's okay. That's okay.
All good.
Doreen, we're friends on Instagram, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And that's fine. I make it private, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like
I
I
want it out there. Stop it, Jackson.
It's not like Twitter though. Twitter is all out there, and I think I have 3,800 and some. So yeah, follow me there for sure. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
All right, boys.
A wild lineup tomorrow night. Tomorrow, all over the place. And I will say though, Miami, watch out for them to see if they're for real or not. Don't let
Notre Dame's getting their ass kicked right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
21-7.
but I want to see if Cristobal is for real or not because we've seen that a million times.
What do you mean? This is a major game, bro.
I mean, big game. Yeah,
but it's like Miami. We see it a lot with them, and we see it with a lot of Mario Cristobal teams. They always win the big games that they shouldn't win, and they lose that one game they shouldn't.
Syracuse, like Syracuse last year, that one.
Oh yeah. Because like I keep thinking about Oregon dropping one against Stanford when they really shouldn't have in 2021. And like Miami has to go to Virginia Tech and Pitt later this year. They're lucky Virginia Tech's not on Thursday night because if they were, they'd be in trouble.
Actually, is Jeremiah Love injured?
Ooh.
Why is Jardarian Price out rushing Jeremiah Love?
Bloodline's been hurt.
We'll figure it out. But all right, boys, appreciate you guys coming on the show. Me and Doreen, let's close it out here, all right?
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on. Stay safe, stay cool, stay away from the heat.
There you go, Jackson.
Yes.
All right, Doreen.
Thank you so much. Before you say anything, thank you so much for subbing for Minnie. I truly appreciate your friendship. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Not a problem. I'm glad you're doing this. All right, so we got Michigan here, 499. I was gonna say too, the reason why on the wait and see part is because there's no team that has just stuck out as a clear favorite national champion.
True.
Yeah, we need some. I agree. We need more. A few more weeks. We'll get a better idea of things. Beat up here, $1.99. Did Shakira grow a beard or wear maize? Come on, beat up. I'm a male, but we don't do that funny shit here. But all right.
He's doing me a favor, guys, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And then we got John Diadamo here doing the promo. We got tomorrow night. TJ and I will be doing the Oklahoma Sooners live show with Sooner Smith. Be on the lookout for that. So we're joining, I believe, 8:30. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Yep. And then so shout out to everybody. Doreen, it was a good show. Had fun talking ball.
Thank you so much. You too.
Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, just looking forward to the second week with ours scrambling. It's going to be meh, but at least I think the alumni. My daughter gets to march again because it's the alumni band, and Grambling has a good band. So I guess I'll be watching your show. Yes, text me to remind me. But yeah, for sure, I'll be watching Michigan, and I'll be rooting for you. I'll say go blue just for that one time.
Ooh, there we go.
That's my husband. He's like, no.
Hey. Remember when you said you were? What was it? It was a spring game. You said,
and I said I was independent. Like, let me tell you, I have no hate for any football fans, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just like your team, but I don't believe in hating fans. So for sure.
Yeah. You guys don't know, but I'm flipping Doreen to Michigan. You guys don't know it yet. It's like a 3 to 5 year plan, but I'm gonna get it. All right. But all right, good show. Appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me, like Jackson said, TJ_Ronan, get at me on X. I am on Twitter, but I'm not as active. And appreciate you guys. It was good talking ball. And next week it'll be Minnie and Doreen, 9 p.m. for ladies of college football. And then there is a show. Doesn't Mark have a show right now?
10 o'clock. Yes, he does.
All right, Mark has a show at 10 o'clock.
Right
do you know what it's called? Do we know what it's called? Do you know what it's called?
I don't. I'm so sorry.
Jesus, Doreen.
I know. Hey, you talk to him as much as I do, probably.
I don't know what his. I don't know his schedule.
I know. Jackson should have said something because Jackson.
Yeah, where's Jackson? So. Okay, he's got Miami, Notre Dame, South Carolina. He's got the post game show tonight. Duh.
Okay.
Right, good. My bad. All right, you got the Mark Rogers post game show tonight. Yes. Be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
And talk some ball with Mark. So I appreciate everybody and thank you for tuning in the show. Go Blue. Go Blue.
Go Bucks.
Go Blue.